and they're headed to the conference finals for the first time in more than a decade. But we're going to be headed to the locker room now to hear from Chris Paul, just the third in postseason history to drop at least 35 at the age of 36.
Chris, congratulations on making it to the Western Conference Finals, and just wanted to ask about your performance and how good it was feeling, and then afterwards sharing so many hugs and emotions, all your teammates, Coach Malone, family, the whole bit. Just maybe summarize the whole night for you.
Yeah, I ain't really had a chance to process it yet. It's a lot of people on that team that I'm close to. Mike Malone is one of my favorite people in the world. Ryan Bowen, assistant coach for them, was a teammate of mine in New Orleans, and to have my family here, always means a lot.
Next up is Cam Cox with 12 News, followed by Greg Moore.
Hey, Chris, what was that moment like with Monty after the game? He talked about kind of enjoying kind of the end of the game with you when he wrapped his arm around you. Just what was that like to share that with him after kind of everything you guys have been through? It's been a long road for you to get to this point.
Man, it's emotional. Mont has been through things in his life, that a lot of people don't necessarily come back from. The mental stamina, who he is as a person. Basketball aside, he means so much to me and my family. So to be on this journey with him and to see it paying off is nice. And we're a lot alike. We stay locked in. Like, I don't feel good until the buzzer sounds, and Mont's the same way. So, when the series is over and the game is over, it's nice to share those moments.
Next up is Greg Moore with the Arizona Republic, followed by Melissa Rowland.
Chris, congratulations on the win, man.
Thank you.
Greg Moore, Arizona Republic. Hey, man, can you tell me about that fake spin, pass, backspin? You're coming down the lane, it's about 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter, and you give him that fake pass, and it bounces right back up to you. How did you develop that move, and what's the key to doing it?
I started that back in 2007 when they tried to switch the balls on us, when they tried to switch the basketballs on us, and it was like a different material. If I could throw that basketball way out and make it snap and come back to me. And so then when we switched back to the regular basketballs, it just, with me, I'm obviously not 6'5", 6'6", not the most athletic or whatnot, so I've always had to, develop my ball handling and things like this to keep guys off balance.
Thank you.
No problem.
Next up is Melissa Rowland with Fox Sports, followed by Tim Reynolds.
Hey, Chris. Monty just told us that you were there for him in the darkest moment of his life, and you were also there for him in one of the greatest moments of his career. What has he meant to you?
Man, everything. Everything. I got a chance to play for Mont that 1 year in New Orleans, and it was a special season. I got some of my greatest relationships with guys off of playing that 1 year for him, and I don't know. Sometimes you have coaches that are just coaches, but sometimes you have relationships that last a lifetime. Mike Malone was on that staff when I played for Monty, and Monty is a lot more than a basketball coach, so I appreciate him.
Next up is Tim Reynolds with the Associated Press, followed by Mark Schwartz.
Chris, congrats on the sweep. I hope this isn't too simplistic, but your legacy is secure, your place in history is secure, you're going to end up in Springfield. We all know that. Is it just the one thing at the end that still drives you, or how do you still what still brings you to these places where you can pull 37 out of your hat in game 4 at 36 years old of a closeout game? What is still the motivation to be this guy for you?
Competition. I don't really play for anybody else or whatnot. I play for my team. Me and Ann, my tissue lady, lightweight, my therapist, who always working on me and I talk to all the time about it. I wasn't this phenom. I wasn't necessarily supposed to be here. I played 2 years of JV basketball. It ain't always been, sweet for me. I've always had to grind, and I like that mentality. And that's always been who I've been, and I'm gonna stay that way. If you like it, cool. If you don't, it's cool too.
Next up is Mark Schwartz from ESPN, followed by Kellen Olson.
Chris, congratulations on the win. You touched about 10 minutes ago with Chris on the court about how people wrote you off just a few years ago. What was that feeling like, and how has it fueled you to do what you're doing on the court right now and playing some of the best basketball that we've ever seen you play at the age of 36?
It was cool. You know, I always say this, I know who I am. I know the type of work that I put in, and I'm grateful for my team around me, like my family, my chef, Aaron, Ann, switching over to DBC, and Donnie and Dave and everybody there at DBC, man. I got an unbelievable team, and then all you gotta do is do the work. You know what I mean? Put the work in, and it's exciting, and it's nice to be with a team that everybody has the same mindset.
Next up is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, followed by Jovan Buha.
Hey, Chris, I saw you were able to say hi to your family after the game, but also Devin's. Devin couldn't stop smiling when he was talking about seeing the smiles on his family's face. So what is it like for you to see him have these types of moments for the first time in his career that you've had so many times already?
Yeah, but it ain't so many times. You know, it's my second time in the Western Conference Finals, so it's dope. And we still got a long ways to go, but you know, to see his brother right there, I think his mom and his sister was here. Dad was here at the last game. They, just like my family, been here. You know, they've been with you along this entire journey, and they've seen the work that Book has put in and year out, and to see it paying off, I'm happy for him.
Next up is Jovan Buha with The Athletic, followed by Anthony Slater.
Hey, Chris. You guys were sixth in the regular season in defense rating. You've jumped up to second in the postseason. I'm curious, what type of growth have you seen defensively from the group over the postseason?
Man, a lot of growth. Like I said, it's a shout out to our coaches. We prepared every game. Win or lose, one thing we won't be underprepared. And just the attention to detail. You know, we have slip-ups here and there, but the signs of a good team is when you can lock in defensively, and that's where we try to hang our hat.
Next up is Anthony Slater with The Athletic, followed by Catherine Fitzgerald.
Chris, at one point tonight, you hit 9 straight mid-range jumpers. How much was the shoulder bothering that mid-range and the Lakers